So what's the hottest skill that you need to be successful, whether that's at work or just in life in general? Harvard Business School, amongst so many other publications, for at least the last decade have been saying that the best leaders in the world have high EQ versus IQ. And being a corporate professional for about 20 years, having worked with some of the biggest companies in the world, I totally agree with this, but in this video, I'm going to actually take it a step further than EQ. Obviously, take what you want and leave the rest, but the purpose of this video is to truly help you be the best version of yourself. So let's dive in. The topic of conversation today is intuition. And really quickly, there's so many different benefits of intuition. It starts from having better decision-making skills, being able to access your creativity more, having more trust in yourself. By the way, I'm Neeta Sharma. I am a Canadian living in London. I'm a mother to an almost 6 years old. I'm a co-parent. I am 42 years old. I am a daughter to Indian parents, brother and sister born in India. And I've had an amazing corporate career, which I left when I was about 40. Like many of you guys, I've been through some stuff in my life. So now I have a brand called Grounded 1002 where we promote an intuitive lifestyle. And I'm really glad to have you here. When people hear of that word intuition, the stereotype is it's that boho person or the astrologer, which is, yes, of course, a stereotype, but that's not the way that I look at intuition. The way that I look at intuition is at any point in our life, we can have high intuition or low intuition about a variety of different topics. And how I believe someone maintains high intuition is if their mind, body, and soul are somewhat balanced. They don't need to be like, but they need to be somewhat in the same playing field, because if they're not, you're going to burn out. It doesn't matter who you are. You could be that corporate person who's working 70 hours a week with the mind over here, the body over here, and then your soul work is left over here. This equals burnout. You just got to be somewhere here. Or you could be that gym goer who loves to be working out on your muscles and you're working on your body work over here, your mind work over here, and then the soul work over here. That equals burnout. Or you could be that spiritual leader who's only up there doing the soul work and forgetting about other parts of life. So let's talk about how you can easily do really simple things to just move the needle with your intuition. So how do you do that soul work? It's not something that's ever talked about. When you think about soul, people think about like, hey, me, I'm that person who like chants and I meditate, but you know what? That's not my soul work. The soul work is actually way more simple than that, and it's quite universal. The soul work is when you consciously interact with earth, air, water, fire, ether, metal every single day. It's really easy to do this. Interact consciously. And what I mean by consciously is use your senses. Hopefully I get all 5 of them, but it's what? Sight, sound, smell, taste. Guys, help me out. What's the 5th one? Touch, right? So you're using all of your senses consciously to interact with earth, air, water, fire, ether, metal. When you do that, guys, you're going to learn so much about yourself. I'll give you some examples of how this works. Right now, I'm interacting with metal. This is gold. I'm looking at this and I'm being like, hey, this belongs to my son's grandmother, great-grandmother, sorry. This belongs to her and this belongs to my mom. There's something special about interacting with metal. There's something special about interacting with water when you're in the shower and you're feeling the water on your body. There's something special when interacting with water when you're taking and you're drinking it and noticing how it's nourishing your body. There's something special about hearing the sound of water when you're sitting by the beach and listening to the waves. There's something special about paying attention to the elements. We sell something called sticks and stones. It's palo Santo. Each piece of wood is anywhere from 70 to 100 years old. This is some old wood and it smells amazing. And that smell comes once the tree dies. So right now, right here, I'm interacting with the element of earth. But what I'm going to do is also interact with the element of fire. And let me get to why it's important to interact with these elements. I've lit this piece of sticks and stones. Usually I'd watch the fire burn and I would watch how it actually impacts each of the fibers. And when you actually look at it, you get to see that. It's almost like being a person and knowing you have different parts of you. Like you learn so much about yourself by looking at the element of fire. Like fire gazing is just known to be great for the eyesight, but like, whoa, it can also be your therapist. I'm not even kidding. So I lit this stick on fire, interacted with the element of fire. You could, spend some time with the heat, and then the element of air comes in place where we're watching the smoke dance. We're watching how the smoke is moving the energy around us. We're watching how the smoke brings aromatherapy benefits to us. Simply interacting with this little thing makes you learn a lot about yourself. And trust me, through a lot of the shiz that I've been with, if you know some of my stories, it's some deep stuff. This stuff has really helped me figure out what I need to do next in life. Strengthening your intuition by doing the soul work, interacting with earth, air, water, fire, ether is just so meaningful. And if you don't know what ether is, I mean, it's the universe. So whether you're looking up in the sky and saying like, yo, what up, moon? I love the spotlight that you're bringing on me. The moon rules the emotions. Thank you for helping me out with my emotions. Or if you look up at the sun, which actually nourishes our physical body, or if you look up at the clouds, or you look up at the birds that are out there, all of this stuff literally takes seconds, but just be conscious about it. Even as I'm making this video, I mean, looking outside at earth is such a beautiful thing and leads to my intuition getting stronger. So point one, do that soul work. Consciously interact with earth, air, water, fire, and ether. The second point, you got to do the body work. And the body work does not equate fitness, no matter what the articles are making you think. The body work is doing the body work, taking care of your cells, taking care of your organs, making sure that all of that internal stuff is working. That actually matters more than making sure you got the six packs and the ab. That's the same thing, but you know what I mean. So basically, some simple things to do is practice good breath work. It could be closing your eyes for 30 seconds and going, what I just did there is I calmed down my entire nervous system. I brought my breath in 3 tries from the nose down to the root. That's actually where your nervous system is, from the base of your skull to the base of your sacrum. And if you want to know if that works, it's like a reset button on a kid. Kid acting out, take your hand, base of the skull, base of the sacrum, and watch the kid boop boop reprogram. It is your software. Another great way to do body work is to pick up your rock with care, which is made of meteorite, ether, and volcanic matter, earth, and use it for 3 minutes across your body. It is a practice that's literally changed my life. I get to tune in, I get to have deeper breaths, my circulation moves, my muscles are not as tight anymore, my shorter muscles elongate, my skin looks better. The benefits are so endless and it helps out a lot. So those are simple examples of the body work that you probably don't find in all of like the men's health magazines. Well, just start off with the simple stuff. And for the mind, we often think that the stuff we have to do for our mind is read that book or learn that thing. Yes, we have to do that, but I'm taking all of these concepts down to their very simple elements so we are able to access mind, body, and soul every day. So the biggest thing that you could do for your mind is do a brain dump of everything that you have going on in here. Whenever you have a lot of things on the go, make sure they're all written down and that you could reference them. Once things are out of your mind and onto a piece of paper, it just makes so much room in your life to make those better decisions, to increase the trust in yourself, to get more creative, to be more authentically you, and to have a better sense of well-being because you are no longer thinking about the things that you've put down. Now, me being someone who loves to be super organized, I actually take time blocking and I couple that up with my Pomodoros and I write in this thing called the productivity planner to help plan out how I'm going to be productive. And if you want to see a video on that, let me know and I'll do it. So we've looked at the soul, really easy to do, interact with earth, air, water, fire, ether, metal every single day. It's so easy to do, actually easy. Interact with the body consciously every single day. Get your circulation going, pick up one of our rock with care tools. Number 3, get the mind dump out, all of your to-dos, get them written down somewhere. All of this stuff can probably be done in like half an hour a day, right? So once you interact with earth, air, water, fire, ether, once you take some time to do just any kind of basic body work, once you take some time to do some basic mind work, you're pretty much in the playing field. And the chances of burning out are probably less than you think. And what you do after that is you add on whatever your interests are. So if you're a soulful person and you need to go to sound bath, go to all of the sound baths that you want to, but at least you know that you've done the body and the mind work. If you're an investment banker and you've taken some time to say hi to the moon or hi to the sun, go ahead and do all of the deals that you need to do. If you are a gym bunny, man, whatever it is, take the time to do all this stuff first before you go and you work on your body. It will really help strengthen your intuition. You will truly, truly learn a lot about yourself. It's just good for you. So if you've lasted into the video this long, thank you for listening to what I think actually sounds crazy, but sometimes those crazy things are like the stuff that really works in life. It's just so crazy that it's so simple. But if you kind of start doing this, you'll just feel like a better version of yourself. And truly, that's what I kind of want for the world. So thank you for being here. Hope you've learned something. If you have, please like and subscribe, and see you in the next video. Thanks, and rock with care. If you want to talk about intuition, happy to have a call. Just send us an email at connect@grounded1002 and we're happy to have a call with you. And you can also join us at one of our workshops. We're going to be holding lectures and we're doing a retreat in Tulum this March coming up soon. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Like, subscribe, and rock with care. Since I was a kid, I've been called a spiritual person. And it's quite interesting because I've never actually thought about that, because my real interests are like music, comedy, good food, being in nature. But I think given that in most areas of my life that I have been quite intuitive, not all, it's a work in progress, that somehow brings out this level of spirituality. So once you do these three things, you can add whatever it is. You got to just take what you want that applies to you. To be a spiritual person doesn't mean you have to chant. It doesn't mean you need to do yoga. Your spirituality is dependent on you, but what you do have to do is respect what the universe has given us, all of the elements, all of the senses. And when you do, you truly will be the best version of yourself and watch yourself fly.